Our job is who's next, to make sure that pipeline and that pathway, it just keeps coming through. We're really, really fortunate that we're at a club at New York Red Bulls because they believe in young players, they expose young players to the next level, all the way from the head of sport to the second team coach and Ibra, and obviously now our first team coach.
Everything you've done up to this point has prepared you for this.
It wouldn't matter if we did a fantastic job if the next level didn't believe in playing young players, so we're very fortunate to work for a club that believes in them, and I think we've had some recent success stories, and I have no doubt in my mind there's many more to come.
Full focus, full concentration, full hard work. We do that, we win, all right? Come on! Come on! Come on! All three, one together! Come on! Ready? So.
The great thing about being at New York Red Bulls is the players have an intrinsic motivation. Every day, every training session is competitive. They're trying to beat each other. The intensity, the quality is, from my experience, the second to none. So it's kind of instilled in them. But I think they always try and maybe outdo the ones that came before them, so to speak. So for us, going into this season, is we've told them last year is last year, and these players now get to write their own history. And as I said before, for us it's about individual development and pushing players through, but we'd be lying if it wasn't trying to teach a winning mentality as well.
We're in a hotbed of talent in this region between New York City, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Connecticut. So really being able to tap into some of these clubs and having them nurture talent that we're able to see develop in their own environment, and then having the relationships to be able to bring them in on a program like Pathway to Pros once a week, twice a week, and then seeing when they're really ready to make that transition has been massive for us.
It's really excited to be a part of this academy. I've seen a lot of top talent come straight out of this academy, and I hope one day that the same way that the top players left this academy, I want to do the same.
We've seen the success through the relationships with your Tolkiens, Tylers, Edelmans, and now you see more and more coming out of it. So it really, really is an important feature of what we do.
Hold on, giveaway here. Picked up by Julian Hall. Lays it outside, back into Hall. Julian Hall! Big moment for him in Next Pro this weekend.
We work together back and forth. We're constantly up at the facility doing scrimmages, coaching education. A couple of the Red Bulls trainers work with our younger teams on training programs. We're constantly working together to get the kids to develop.
Usually I would say between 6 months to a year, you see a lot of the kids that we've identified do well in that environment and then be ready to make that transition into the full academy for New York Red Bulls.
When I was a little kid, I used to play. My whole family said I used to be the worst one out of the whole family. When I was around 8, 9, my brother used to take me to the field, and that's when I realized I had a talent for the sport.
João was an interesting one. We identified him through one of our ID events. Local kid, Brazilian background. One that's interesting for us because comes from the hotbed of Newark, Ironbound, Harrison, this area. So to develop a talent that can get to the first team that's actually a local kid would be one of the greatest success stories, and he has all the tools possible to do it.
Looking up to John Tolkien, Tyler Adams that came from Ironbound, signed for Red Bull. I'm just trying to follow their footsteps into pro level.
It looks like he'll be joining us full-time in the fall, which is an exciting prospect for us.
I got introduced to the sport by my older brother. I looked up to him and I noticed that this is a sport that I could put my heart into and really just grind up and make sure I could make the best out of myself and make my family proud.
Pietro, his physical stature, his ability to dominate both sides of the ball, against the ball, he does really well. The ability to be able to play in multiple positions really gives that group a different dynamic, and then starting to integrate him and assimilate him into the group, it's been a seamless transition for him.
I know this academy can help me in many different and various ways, and I know what this crest could do for me and what my talent and this crest could do together.